If you've been outside today, you know just how cold it's been. Our Bryant McRae is live out in Lake County reporting on road conditions. But first, let's toss it right over to meteorologist Jessica Van Meter. Jessica, a lot of action on our radar. What are you tracking tonight?
Yeah, we are still tracking that lake effect snow. Any on and off snow showers that we had earlier today south of Cleveland have largely dissipated. It's still just the lake effect snow show, and that's going to continue to be the case as we go through the overnight hours. Downtown Cleveland has largely been spared for this. We've had just a couple of brief flurries, and that's really been about it. We have been starting to see a few more snow showers trying to move in for far northeastern parts of Cuyahoga County. We've seen a little bit of that snow out towards, say, Euclid, Mayfield Heights, the Gates Mills area, but really the heaviest snow has been out across northern Geauga into Lake and Ashtabula counties. We've just got some incredibly impressive snowfall bands that have been moving in. These dark colors, especially where you have the blue, 1 to 2, even up to 3 inch per hour snowfall rate. So as that snow falls, it's incredibly difficult for crews to even try to keep up with it. And it just means we get those totals to rack up very quickly. It also means very low visibility for anyone out on the roadways. So heavy snow falling across almost all of Lake County at this point, particularly along I-90 and a lot of those east-west bound roads. They've taken quite a beating so far today with this snow. Additional heavy lake effect across areas of northern Ashtabula County, areas out towards Conneaut, getting just a little bit of a break compared to how intense that snow was earlier. We've already seen a lot of accumulation for the folks out there, but no short supply of that heavy snow falling. And this is going to continue to be the case. You can see that band still going strong as it comes in off of the lake. So this is still going to be with us as we go through the overnight hours. Some areas could see over a foot of additional snow locally. It's not everyone, just some areas could pick that up by the time we get into tomorrow morning and afternoon. National Design Mart hour by hour forecast. General trend is going to be that we keep this snow around through the overnight hours. As we get into tomorrow morning, it's already focused just a touch closer to the lakeshore. Winds are going to shift just a little bit for tomorrow. That should be enough to kind of push that band a little bit further north out over the open water of Lake Erie instead of so much focusing on our land areas. So hopefully that's going to be the case. We get a little bit of a break for those areas. They're certainly going to need it by then. That is not the last of the lake effect snow, though. We've got more of that in our extended forecast coming up.
Jessica, thanks. Heavy snow continues to create problems for drivers along the I-90 and Route 2 area. You saw the images earlier in our show, and that's where we find our Bryant McRae. Bryant, you've been out on those roads now for a couple of hours. How are those roads looking right now?
I mean, yeah, Peter, just take a look at this. This is not ideal. You see how this interstate itself is just pounded and compacted full of snow. Just take a look at all this white stuff covering Route 2 that we're on right now. Now, earlier today, we did see some drivers and a few cars who spun out and lost control and going into the ditches. Obviously, not a great place to be. Now, we have seen some snow plows, trucks along this corridor, but with the continuous snow, you can only imagine how hard it is for these trucks to keep these roads clear. And the further east you go, the worse it gets. Earlier today, I spoke with the Lake County Sheriff Department, who could not stress enough, if you do not have to be out driving tonight and parts tomorrow, you should stay home. Law enforcement officers offering up these tips for you at home so that you know what to do if you choose to brave these elements.
You should definitely have some water with you, some blankets, extra phone chargers in case you break down.
Give extra time in your travels, and make sure you give a little bit extra space between vehicles in front of you to safely slow down and maneuver around the roadways.
A lot of great tips there. Now, obviously, you don't want to be out here driving if you don't have to be again. So if you're out here driving, the best thing you can do is to carry with you water, a jumper cable, some blankets. Now, this lake effect snow is to be in effect upwards until tomorrow around 10 a.m. Back to you in the studio, Peter.
Those road conditions only getting worse overnight. Bryant McRae live in the field. Thanks. As the snow falls across northeast Ohio, ODOT crews are already responding to some of the heaviest hit areas. Around 190 snowplows are operating, and ODOT says drivers will work rotating 12-hour shifts day and night until that snow ends. ODOT is reminding drivers that when you see a plow, make sure to give them plenty of room and never underestimate the way conditions can rapidly change. As a reminder, you can get the latest weather impact alerts, stories, and more information on our website, WKYC.com, and on our WKYC app.